Advantage Athletic Therapy, personalized rehabilitation programs with a whole body approach. Enjoy the podcast.
Plan your next trip with Ride Norfolk. Ride Norfolk operates an on-demand transit service across Norfolk County from Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy the podcast today. January 2026 show, can you believe it, with Leigh, and we're making some soup today. Leigh from Simcoe Natural Foods. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I am very good too. When I heard we were doing soups last month, we were talking about this, and boy, the first thing I started thinking of was my grandmother made this unbelievable cream of potato leek soup that, I can taste it. It's funny, we're talking about it and you can just feel it, that. Did you have that in your family? Was there anybody that was like the soup connoisseur?
Oh yeah, definitely. That would be my dad.
Wow. What kind of soups would he make?
He liked to experiment in the kitchen. I think that's where I got it from. So he was always making something different, but I do remember like split pea soups and
Split peas.
delicious chilies and stews and just all the comfort food for the
It's
win.
Yeah, and it's amazing too when you start thinking about it. I don't know. I noticed that when we were talking about it. I mean, I started to smile. You started to smile just because there's that retention of that memory, right? And it's just like you said, the comfort food.
Yeah,
When you make a pot of homemade soup, it doesn't compare. Like there's just nothing. A can of soup doesn't do it justice by any means, but
no,
you get to be those little bit of spices you like, or that, like you said, you can put anything in a soup and have some fun with it.
definitely.
And now today we're doing soup. What are we making? What kind of soup are we going to make?
So this is actually a miso soup. And this is like a kind of a miso stock, like a basic stock that you could turn into anything.
Okay, what is misos? So let's start right
Pizza.
there.
Yeah, so it's a Japanese fermented food. It's made from soybeans and brown rice.
Okay.
And it's a paste, so it's concentrated. You don't need very much. And it's naturally fermented by koji, which is a fungus. And so
Okay.
yeah.
Where are we going here today? Wait a minute.
Well, fermentation brings the probiotics
Okay.
into it. So, and it breaks down the soy, so it helps you digest it better. It's going to have prebiotics in it and enzymes. So it just like triples the nutrient density of the food when it's fermented.
Good gut
It
health, I
adds
think it
a
would
nice
be,
flavor.
right?
Pardon?
Would it be good gut health?
Yes, very
Okay.
good.
What's it taste like? I've never had it. Can you describe the flavor that we're
Well,
gonna?
it is slightly salty and tangy. And you're only going to use 2 tablespoons in 4 cups.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't need a lot to get that flavor. And also I'm putting wakame flakes in, which is traditionally used in miso soup.
What is
So,
wakame flakes?
so wakame is a variety of kelp. So yeah, so it's so good for you. Full of trace minerals, including iodine, which you need for thyroid function. I find at the store talking to people, a lot of people have low thyroid function. And we do live in a goiter belt, so there isn't iodine in our soil either. And a lot of people are trying to get off salt, so they're switching to like basaltic salts, the Himalayan salts, and they're all low in iodine, and they're scrapping their iodized table salt, and more people are starting to get thyroid issues. So you've got to get iodine in your diet somehow. And unless you're eating seafood on a regular basis, that's difficult to do.
See, I never would have known that. Like yeah. So that tells you how important salt really is in your diet as well. Correct?
Yeah, salt and iodine especially. So, and the wakame actually has all your trace minerals in it, like selenium and chromium. So it helps control blood sugar. It actually has a specific nutrient in it called fucoxanthin, which helps lower cortisol and control belly fat and
What was that?
appetite weight.
Salt. What was that?
Fucoxanthin,
Xanthan, and it
yeah,
helps control.
belly fat.
And you said something else too.
It
Cortisol.
Yep, it can help balance your cortisol levels and
Wow, that's
blood.
important.
Yeah.
Like, that's critical for anybody. Like, those levels are today's society, right? Those levels are all over the board.
Exactly. So this is a good like New Year's soup, help you maybe detox a little bit, get some extra nutrition in as well. So I also have tofu, which I'm going to add to that non-GMO tofu. So you're getting your complete protein there as well. Yeah, and there's a lot of evidence coming out about its anti-cancer properties. So the miso and the tofu combined, because in Japan they have very low rates of like breast cancer, prostate cancer, stomach cancer, and these foods are all supposed to help reduce that as well. So
Wow.
yeah,
So you can have a healthy soup. You can have a soup that really helps your body as well. That's I never really would you just always assumed it was a warm comfort food, like you said, right? So good. But obviously this will taste good and you get all those benefits too. D can you add whatever you want to this soup? Is this like you've got your base, I guess?
yeah, exactly. So you don't have to use tofu. You can use chicken or beef or mushrooms, like shiitake mushrooms would be so good in it. Any kind of vegetables, savoy cabbage. I've got julienne carrots and onions that I'm going to toss into the broth right now. I've just got 4 cups of onion broth simmering right now. And I've added sliced onions, like yellow onion and carrot. And the broth, I actually used bouillon. So
Okay.
onion
Onion bouillon.
bouillon.
Hey, are onions really good for you? Because I hear different stories on onions.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They boost immunity. They've got lots of prebiotic fiber in them too, so good for gut health as well. Yeah, onions are awesome.
And is there any specific type of onion, or are they all just a general across the board, they're all good for you?
I think in general, they're all pretty good for you. I don't know one that has like a better immune boosting properties than another. I think just have a variety of onions. I'm actually putting 2 kinds in. I've got a sweet onion and then I've got the little green onions to go on top.
Okay.
After. So once you add the onion and the carrot, you're going to simmer those for like a low boil for about 3 minutes. And then you need a little bit of broth in a measuring cup. And that's where you're going to dissolve the miso paste.
Okay. So I was wondering about that.
Yeah. So just need a little bit of broth. And the miso paste has like a little tube. You
Makes
can
it easy.
squeeze it out.
And we can get this at Simple Natural Foods, correct?
Yes, we have miso, we have the wakame, and we have the bouillon. So we have chicken, beef, onion. I think there's a vegetable as well. So if you don't have time to make a stock or if you don't have any on hand, like the cubes keep for a long time and you can just keep them in your cupboard.
Are they pretty much all organic? Are they the
So yeah, they're yeast free, organic, vegan,
perfect?
the onion's vegan.
Yeah.
Non-GMO. Yeah, gluten-free as well, they're all
Non-GMO.
gluten-free. So they don't have MSG in them. Like a lot of the stuff you buy in the grocery store has monosodium glutamate, right? And that stuff is not good for you.
And it just thickens up nice too. It looks like right in your broth. Wow.
We'll add that to our stock. So like once these are sort of tender crisp, then you add in your tofu and your miso paste. It's really straightforward.
Wow. Yeah. What does it start to finish to make this soup then? How long?
It probably less than half an hour. I mean, if you want to cut up a bunch of veggies, it's going to take a little bit longer. But yeah, it's really quick. And you can reduce it and just make like a cup of soup as well if you're just in a hurry and you want to make a meal just for yourself. This would serve 4 people.
And there's lots of different things you could use that for too, I imagine, eh? To pour it over a chicken breast or anything like that that you'd want to
Yeah.
flavor it
Yes.
up.
I cubed up my tofu. This is soft tofu. So you can actually even puree it. If you've had
Okay.
meat soup before, sometimes it's like that, and it makes it a little creamier. But just for being quick and easy, I didn't bother to puree it. Just throwing it in there.
And it keeps pretty good in the fridge for a few days if you want.
But yeah, you could keep it for up to a week in the fridge.
Okay.
And don't forget your wakame flakes. And you only need a teaspoon, and they sort of blossom. So
So
they spread out. And I think it has a nice flavor. Like
I
the
was
sea
gonna ask you that. That was my question. I'm like, is
I
there a
know.
reason there's only a teaspoon? Are they really strong? Are they
It does smell like the ocean,
Oh, there you go.
but that's why you only put 1 teaspoon in 4 cups, and then it will this is instant wakame.
Okay.
You wanna get the instant because if it's not instant, then you have to cook it for a little while and maybe even soak it first. But this has already been basically pre-soaked and cooked. So then those little tiny curled up flakes, they spread out into like these nice ribbons, and you barely even notice that they're there.
So is the base flavor then, is it more onion than anything in the end?
It tastes like a vegetable broth,
Okay.
and then the miso adds the saltiness. So you shouldn't have to add any salt unless you really like a lot of salt flavor. It's hard to like, the miso has a little tang to it.
Okay.
So it's like a tangy vegetable broth. Like if you've had fermented food before, it has that like tang to it. Yeah. Well, that's it.
And how do you like yours? Do you serve yours with crackers, gluten-free? Do you what's
I just
anything?
put the cut up green onions on it and I eat it like that. And I usually
Perfect.
am eating 2 bowls instead of 1. But yeah, you could have it with crackers, you could have it with a salad,
Kids like it?
sandwich. I haven't given it to them yet because I think they would probably say, "Ew,"
Ew.
but they just started they just started eating sushi, so I'll point out to them, "Well, that's wrapped in seaweed, by the way."
Did I mention? Yeah.
Yeah, so they can try it later today.
And the nice part is, like you said, it's a quick 30-minute soup and something the whole family can enjoy.
Yeah, and it's got all your protein in it.
Yeah, let's talk about that because that's one of the big things I always hear my wife talk about, "I need more protein." Go nuts. Tell
The
me.
tofu is a complete protein. It's one of the only, like, plant-based complete proteins, and I mean, if you include it in your diet once a week, that's you're getting all the benefits from the it's got plant sterols in it, so I don't know if you've heard of that before, but those are things that help lower cholesterol, so very important, and so does the miso, so they kinda work synergistically together, and the seaweed actually is a source of vitamin A, D, C, K, selenium. So, like, it's filling in all the blanks. Like, it's this is just such a satisfying soup because it's so nutrient dense that you're really just nourishing yourself.
You're allowing your body to have what it needs, right?
Yeah, everything. Like, all this stuff just complements itself, and I think, like, I don't know if Japanese cuisine, I really like it, and, just they incorporate things perfectly, and they're always so healthy too. Like, it just seems like the seafood and the seaweed are doing really beneficial things, right? So this is my take on it. I'm not a Japanese chef or anything, but
I think too, though, I think people like when you told me we're using seaweed, I was like, my first thing is like, "Oh, I don't know what that, I've tried it before in something and I did not like it. And I was like, but this is different. This is soup. And like you said, it blossoms almost in it. And
it does.
and maybe I overdid it on what I was trying before. Like you said, it's a
Yeah,
very small amount you're adding.
if you're gonna go try a seaweed for the first time, like, don't eat a seaweed salad. Just have some soup with a
Just,
little bit of
I think it was
yeah,
those crackers I tried. I think it was those seaweed. And I was like, oh,
yeah. And that's all seaweed.
yeah.
But you might like this better. A lot of people put greens in too, so you can like wilt some spinach in there. You can put char, kale, avoid cabbage,
Some
so that
leek.
leeks. Yeah, exactly. So there's so many options. It's just like a basic stock that you can play around with.
Why do we miss the value of soup? Why don't we understand how just what you described? There's so much in there that's important for us to have, but we probably, we don't even think about eating it in nearly enough as many times of the year as we should, right?
Yeah, like maybe we don't feel like it's hearty enough or something. Like I know
I don't
a
know.
lot of
That's, it
big
just kind of,
meal.
and it's like, oh, a soup and a sandwich, right? Or something. But that's to me like a good homemade soup, like you're
Yeah,
saying, provides so much. It can be so dense and stuff that you're getting it all, right? Or a stew
yeah.
even, or a chili,
Yeah.
a good chili, yeah.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
beans, and that's another part you could throw in there probably too, eh?
Yeah, you could put
Different
some
types,
beans in there.
some kidneys or something.
Yeah, any of those really. Show you what it find some seaweed to show you if you can see it or
Yeah,
not.
I can see it, yeah. Wow.
It's sort of it was all curled up before.
Yeah, and it just look at that, eh?
Yeah.
And just like that, your lunch is ready. You and your family can enjoy.
Some rice crackers, yeah.
And I'm just gonna have my hot water, thanks. But that's kinda cool. I like that you're able to take like, there's so many positive things, and that's a really reasonably priced soup to make, isn't it? It's not gonna break the bank.
No, not at all, and, like, this miso, like, I took 2 tablespoons out of there. There's
Yeah.
probably, like, I don't know, I could make soup 20 times over with this.
Yeah.
And dressings, salad dressings, I make those with
Wow,
miso.
yeah, there's other options for that, isn't there? I never even thought about that.
Some people bake with it, I've never tried that, but
Might
yeah.
be something down the road, right? I always think it's interesting too that we don't take enough time to look at what we eat. Like when you and I were just talking about this, you explained everything. I love the show because you always explain to me what you're putting in, what it does to help your body, and why it's important to have it. But we don't take that time enough. And I want to say thanks because that's the other part that you do is you take the time to explain it to us because so many people just eat and they don't understand they're not getting the nutrition. I think that's something that, you got to constantly remind people, don't you, that look at what you're eating.
Yeah, and you want a well-rounded meal, right? Because then you're gonna be satisfied longer, and you're not gonna go looking for snacks as much.
Well, and we've become such a, I don't want to say fast food, but we are. We're kind of that society where I need it right now, right? And there's no prep anymore in making it, and appreciating a meal and putting it together. Even as simple as making a pot of soup, anybody can do it. Just take the time.
Yeah, it's so easy, especially if you have, like, a nice bouillon on hand, because you don't have to actually make the broth from scratch.
No, exactly. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty simplified when you get to that point, right? You can do whatever you want. And I always used to laugh because I think my grandmother would do it the same way. She would just take what was ever left over in the fridge, right?
Yeah,
And it's a soup.
exactly.
Very little waste that way too, and you were
Yeah,
still getting the value of the nutrients that you were rather than throwing the stuff out, right?
yeah. Because once you have, like, a good basic stock recipe or maybe a couple, like a chicken stock and a vegetable stock, anything goes, just put it together.
Last winter, I made just a wonderful, in my opinion, French onion soup, and I pretty much ate it all. I froze some, you know what I mean? And then go back to it on those cold days, and it's like one of those soups that I can get behind, I can appreciate.
Yeah. Well, I bet you could do a French onion soup with some miso in it.
I bet you could too. Now, well, that's what was sort of leading me. I'm like, especially when we were talking about the onions that were in it. But yeah, it's just the flavor. I don't
It
know.
makes a really rich broth like the French onion soup, so,
Yeah.
yeah, you should try
I
that.
should try. Well, you know what? Now maybe I'll get some miso and put it in when I'm gonna make one this. I'll probably make one in February. I always do. It's you put it in the freezer, right? It's one of those things too. When you're having that's the other great part about soup. When you're having a day where you're like, oh, what am I gonna eat? And you
But
want
yeah,
something, and you got a soup that's frozen. Oh, boy, it's the best.
it is, it's great.
Well, this has been way too much fun talking soup today. So enjoy your lunch. Hope you guys enjoy your soup. And next month, what do you want to talk about next month? I mean, it's February. Are we going to do something? Any ideas?
Maybe something, like, heart healthy.
Great idea. Heart healthy for February,
Heart
folks.
health
Okay, so we'll think on that. Heart healthy. Tune in next month and see what Lee's going to make that's heart healthy. Thanks for doing this, Simple Natural Foods. Lee, appreciate your time.